Hey y'all. Some of y'all don't know me, some of y'all do. I'm Camille Baptiste, aka Flossie Gossy, aka your number one hype girl when it comes to triathlons and duathlons and multisport. And I just came back from the Ironman Waco 70.3 event yesterday here in Texas, in case you don't know where that is. And I was talking to some people. Matter of fact, I was looking for all the chocolate chips in the cookie dough. If you know what that means, now you know. And I was also looking for anybody who looked nervous. And I was like, hey, swim start is my jam. So I'm scoping everybody out. And I spoke to a lot of people who they're doing that distance for the very first time. And there's just some things that I said, you know what, let me spend some time and talk about. And that is transitions. 4 things when it comes to transitions, 4 meanings every triathlete should understand what or multisport athlete should do. And I'm really big on multisport. So triathlon is like the be all and end all, which is swim, bike, run. But then there's duathlon, which is run and bike. When there's splash and dash, or aquathons, which is with swim and run. So any combination of 2 or more sports, I'm all for that. Okay. So now I believe knowledge is the power. If you really want to F things up, yes, I said F. Y'all know I have a feeling about F. It's not the F you're thinking. If you even want to get faster, if you even want to have more fun at racing multi-sports, triathlons, and duathlons, knowledge is power. All right. You can make better decisions. You can have better reactions if you understand what's really going on. And the thing about multisport is not that you know how to swim, you know how to bike, and you know how to run. It's the switcheroo that you do, how you transition between those things. And transition really has 4 different meanings, or could be implied in 4 different ways when they use the word transition. So transition is sometimes called T1, T2. Transition is what you do between sports. So I'm going to break it down for you. So definition number 1 of transition is, look, let me put on my glasses so I can see. So I write this thing down to make sure you guys can understand. I don't need my glasses to understand what I'm saying. And sometimes I break out in an accent and I miss and skip some important things, or the grammar police come after me. So let me make this quick. All right. So transition, definition number 1 is the area where your bike and your gear are stored during a race. Every time you go between the sports, you go back to that assigned spot in this area where you swap out equipment before heading back out on the race course. So transition is also called an area. Definition number 2 is the act of moving from one sport, immediately performing another sport during training in a race. So the act of going from one, swim to bike, bike to run, run to swim, doesn't matter. When you switch in disciplines, the act of moving from that is called transitions. My little prompt falls. Sorry. Number 3. Definition number 3 is the first switch you do in the race. In the case of a triathlon, it is when you go from swim to bike. And in terms of duathlon is when you go from run to bike or bike to run. So when they call it T1, that's T1. T1 is when you go your first transition you do between sports. If you're doing multiple sports, like a triathlon, then it'll be T1 is when you go from swim to bike or swim to the next of it. 4th and last definition, T2. T2 is customarily when you perform the second changeover in the race. So even though a duathlon may consist of just 2 disciplines, run and bike, you transition twice. It is considered the final and last transition, whether you go from bike to run in a triathlon or bike to run in a duathlon. And that is it. So as an athlete, you can be in transitioning. You can be in transitioning. Anyway, I like to have fun. I'm a little bit silly. Sometimes I'm not your conventional person, but I just really want to know that triathlon is like the easiest place to gain or lose time and improve. If you understand how to switch your body mechanics from being horizontal in the swim to being upright on the bike, and you understand how to manage the switch of your muscular demands and your heart rate, you win it. So I do recommend brick training. See our blog if you know what. And that all has to do with the ability to how do you handle transitioning between the sports. Hope this lovely tip helped you all. See you guys soon. Just remember, always F things up. Have fun. Be fabulous.